moves forward over and over. Time is the one thing that unites us all. Time is the one thing that you can never redo. Time is what ties us together. That's what this show is about. That's what life is about. How are you investing your time? Together, we can be the difference we need in our society. Together, we can take care of each other in a new way, in a better way, to help each other get the results that we want out of life. We are in this together, and that's what this show is about.
Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're doing fantabulous. So my name is Justin Stevens. I appreciate everybody who follows along on my journey throughout time. I believe time is the one thing that unites us all. And so that's why everything I do is centered around the idea of time. My goal is to get people to think about time differently, because time is the one thing you can't go back and change. So where you invest your time today is the most important thing you decide to do, period. Because today you can change the results you'll get tomorrow, but yesterday is written in stone. So that's why I do this weekly board update. That's why I update all my documentation weekly, my strategy weekly. It's mainly for me on how am I investing my time to get the results that I want out of life. So I've been doing this for about 2 years now. I'm just starting to try and get consistent with recording these. So when I go over this 20-page strategy update is what I consider an episode of the National Tax Strategy Education Program, which is me talking through my ideas on how we could change our system, how we can change working together in order to get a better result for everybody. So this information was compiled today, so about an hour ago. So it's live up until then. If you watch this on July 13th, this information is out of date. And that is the point of everything I do, is as soon as the day changes, information's out of date, because I believe in life, I look at it like a chessboard with 8 billion people on it, 8 billion pawns on it, and everyone moves independently of everyone else. Yes, we are all on teams. Yes, we obey and work together, but it's our choice. It is not mandated. It is not dictated. So to kick us off, I'll dive into the first page. Is what is the business model? The business model is a blog. It's an affiliate website. So if you go to justindcstevens.com, you can see my blog, how I've got it set up. It is designed to be a billboard that I control as I travel through time. As a salesperson, you are your most valuable asset, and your relationships are incredibly important to you as an asset. That's why I've designed my whole system around building a digital billboard that I control. So that is the business model that we are talking about. The next step is, how am I investing my time? So this week was my last week with Service Experts. Next week, I'm getting started at Sonatrol Pacific. There's a lot of reasons why, but at the end of the day, I'm very excited for the new opportunity. Sonatrol is a company I've known for quite a while now. They did training with us as Sandler, and I think it's going to be an awesome fit. So this coming week, Monday is my first day there, and then in the evenings, I'll be driving Uber just to keep meeting people and keep the cash flowing. So after that, we go to our social media activity. So everything I do is around collecting and monetizing time For the next 10 years, the goal is to collect time. We're not worried about monetization at all right now. That will come in the future. So on this page, we're looking at how many followers do we have and how many impressions do we have over the last 7 days. In total, we've got about 14,000 followers. And in the last 7 days, we got around 22,000 impressions. So not great, but also not awful. And that's over all the different platforms I put my content onto. Our MRR and active subscribers are currently at 0. About 2 weeks ago, I went through and unsubscribed everyone, and I'm starting fresh from ground zero. I like to go back and delete all the current subscribers because when I do that, it gives me a line of nothing in our financial records. And so you can easily see the financial story of major strategy changes while we're going through. And I only had like 4 or 5 subscribers anyway, so it's really not that big of a deal. But now we are at 0. You'll see here our churn rate is 100%. Go us, because I canceled everybody. Yay. All right, annual run rate. Right now, our annual run rate from subscribers of America's Holding Company and the National Tax Strategy Program is 0. So that's not the total annual run rate. Total annual run rate includes all our affiliate marketing revenue. It includes my Uber revenue. It includes any coaching or consulting I do on an ad hoc basis. But that's not what I count when it comes to ARR in this organization. Those are like bonuses. So then looking at the P&L, we can see here, I've been doing this for 2 years. I'm finally, I feel like, starting to get a hang of how we're going to be doing it, which is fun and exciting. So next up, we have the product updates for the annual Christmas ornament subscription program. I look at what I'm doing similar to a labor union. Individuals can subscribe and companies can subscribe, but no one's required to subscribe if the other person's subscribed. So this is the individual portion of what I do. It costs $127 the first month, $27 a month after that. For that, you get a U.S. Made in America flag. You get the annual Christmas ornament subscription box, and then you get an owner's manual for how this whole system works, as well as eligibility and the future of society investment opportunities. The future of society investment opportunities are things that I believe push our society forward, and I want to celebrate those things with the people who help us be successful over time. So if you are a current subscriber and you get married, have a baby, get divorced, adopt a child, have unexpected medical events, graduate from college, graduate from high school, lose your child, join the military, or become a U.S. citizen, all of those things we celebrate as a team. So if you've made a payment in the last 30 days, you're able to invest an additional $100 to get more ownership of the ESOP that we're putting together. So the next step is the National Tax Strategy Education Program. That is literally what I am recording right now. When I did Sandler for 10 years, we called this program President's Club or Sales Mastery. It is the same as any coaching program that any guru or influencer out there would put together on what they believe, how they believe it, how they think you should do things. This is mine. I call it the National Tax Strategy Program because I am trying to educate people on the strategy that I am executing. For that, you get the content I create every day. You get, I'm building a community on X where people can join and have conversations, share what they're working on. And then there are 5 different levels you can subscribe to. Based on the level someone subscribes to determines how much ownership every single W-2 employee gets out of the organization based on the number of years they've been involved. And this is one of the really hard things to understand about what we're doing is it's based on the number of years and you can never go back in time. So if you want to get involved today, it's going to take a full year to get the full ownership from that subscription. And so people can watch as long as they want, but they can never go back in time and say, oh, I wanted to sign up then. Sorry, that's not how the system works. And this is how I believe we can tie the true value of time to the US dollar and to the stock market through an entity that we all agree this is how it operates. So by being employed by a company at a company that is involved in the National Tax Strategy Education Program is how you get ownership of the Class B shares in America's holding company. The minimum monthly investment there is $100 per month per company, up to $2,000 per month per company. And the goal is to keep the prices low to make it accessible for very small business solo entrepreneurs. This is our strategy to unite the small business owners of America into, I believe we are in an economic war and we need to fight together. And so this is the strategy I've put together to try and do that. So next is, how is this company controlled? I've set it up so there's a chairman of the board and then 8 different board members, and each board member shares their ownership with their spouse. So me and Emily share our ownership. I've invited my parents to be on my board. I've got a friend on the board, my general manager at Sonatrol, and then some different roles that I feel are very important for how we're building this out, such as a blogging advisor, an investing advisor, financial advisor, a social media advisor, and a banking advisor. So the goal is to build a board of these 8 seats that all work together to control the asset and direct me on how to use the asset to help all of our subscribers who, once you become a subscriber, the annual Christmas ornament program is how you get ownership in the Class C shares, and the National Tax Strategy Education program is how you get owner in the Class B shares. So once you become a subscriber, you're starting to earn value in our asset because you're part of the team now. So next up is what's in the bank. Right now, we have $529 in the bank. I am driving all the revenue I get from driving Uber into America's holding company, and then I pay gas, all my expenses out of that as we go, pay for all the softwares and stuff like that. And then as I'm getting started, I will be taking some out for living. Once I get established at Sonatrol and I can leave the money alone inside America's holding company, that is the plan. That is the strategy. This whole company is centered around creating liquidity for our shareholders. So right now in the Class C shares, there's 7,600 shares outstanding. I can't afford to purchase any personally, but America's holding company's bank account has $529 in it. So that means we can purchase 529 Class C shares at $1 per share as of today. So there is some liquidity. If any shareholder needs it, please reach out and we'll figure that piece of it out. Next up, we have the Class B owner financed example. So think about this like Once you're investing in the company, you're helping fund it, and you become the bank that it pays out once it's done. So we pay out over time, and right now there's 3 years to 20 years, and based on how long you own or finance it for determines how much ownership um, or how much you get for that ownership. The longer you finance it, the more you get for the value of that ownership, because you're leaving the bulk of your money with us to grow it. And so that's why I believe this will be an ocean of cash flow as we travel through time once people see how this teamwork works. This example is based off a $25 per share price and selling 100 Class B shares. So you can see how that all works out there. Next up, we have no new subscribers, but when we do, they'll show up right here. Welcome. And then our sponsors, special thank you to all our sponsors. Our sponsors are the companies who sign up on the National Tax Strategy Program. Their logos will all go here. And the goal is to make this a hodgepodge of logos, which is a hodgepodge of social proof of everybody working together to make this a reality. And with that, that is basically the training. That is what this asset is designed to do. It's how it's designed to work. I could spend hours on any one of those slides. It all depends on the questions you have and what you're looking for. But for now, I'm going to say, if you would like to join us, go to americasholdingcompany.com and you can subscribe there, or just subscribe to me on any social platform and follow the journey. Follow what I'm doing. Learn from me. When you're ready, get involved. And that's the way this is supposed to work. I am not an expert. I don't claim to be an expert. All I claim to be is patient and persistent. This is my 40-year goal. I believe I can make it work in 40 years. I've not figured out how to make it work in 2 years yet. So that is my disclaimer. And that's why I do everything as transparently as I do and in the way I do, because I believe this is how we be the change we think society needs. So with that, I just want to say thank you. Have a great